Yesterday, I said goodbye to Matt. He's been here for 11 months. If any of you have been watching his adventures that we video chronicled during his time here, you'll know that he went through all kinds of things during his stay here, and he was an amazing young man to work with. If you have been tuning into his adventures, the last episode is forthcoming. I will get that out before too long. He is going to film some at home, his kind of last thoughts, and then that will be included in the video. So I'm hoping he gets that to me and we can get that out to you before too long. When I say goodbye to a student that's been here for 11 months, it can often be quite sad for me. I've become very invested in the people that I work with. I feel a great deal of love for them, and to say goodbye is both joyful in the sense that they're moving on to new things, and there's the sadness that comes with parting. There's a couple of other losses that I've experienced here in the last 6 months, basically. There was a dog that was very dear to me that was in my life for almost 16 years, and she finally died. And then Rebecca's father, my wife's father died. And it's made me think a little bit about loss. Loss is something that we don't often think about a lot, because when we're in the good times of our life, it's easy to take for granted the things that are around us and the people, the things that make our life feel solid and stable and pleasant. When one of those things is removed, it can feel devastating, like everything's shaken apart. Something that's helped me with loss or grief is just understanding that we humans have this built-in ability to heal. It comes naturally to our bodies, and it also comes to our emotional selves. And so when there's loss, it now helps me to realize that if I don't sit and fight that sense of loss or grief and feel like, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this, why am I sad or crying, then I can simply experience the emotional state that I'm experiencing. And I can understand that with time, those things heal. And that simple realization has been very powerful for me. There's a flip side to this. There's kind of a magic to going into loss or thinking about loss. And when I think about this, what comes to mind is a story my brother told about, I believe he was in Thailand, and there was a beautiful garden that he was walking through, set up by some Buddhists perhaps. And there was a little pleasant sign that he saw. And the sign showed two people, a man and a woman, walking together, hand in hand in the garden, enjoying the beauty of the garden. But a second glance showed that one of the people was a skeleton. And this might seem morbid, but it's present in a number of wisdom traditions that they want to remind us that the things in our life that seem solid, the other people, for instance, in our life, that they will be subject to death, to illness. We will lose things. Things come and go. We'll even lose our own lives. And we can be very afraid to think about that. We just don't want to think about that. It freaks us out. But if we go into it properly, not in a dark, kind of morbid fashion, but just in a realization that this person before me that I love or I'm appreciating or I'm having a connection with, they may not be here tomorrow. What that can do is it can soak me in to my experience of them. I think it was Matt that was saying when he went out and did one of the challenges that was set before him, and he said he's been trying to think of this, that he's going to die tomorrow. And when you think that this is your last day, then you start to really live in a different way. It doesn't mean that you're going to skip work today because tomorrow's your last day, but it means when you go to work, you're going to appreciate the people around you. You're going to admire that person that you respect. You're going to give your best to whatever you're doing, because being present in this day, in this moment, has such power and such potential to awaken your spirit, your strength, your courage, your joy, your passion. When we take things for granted and we just think, oh, it's going to be the same tomorrow, it's going to be the same the next day, same the next day, la la, then all the joy can seep out of life. So in this odd way, by acknowledging loss or death, then we can come alive in a stronger, more powerful way than we can when we're afraid of death and we're trying to push it away from us. If you've had experiences with loss or death, maybe even feeling like you were going to lose your own life at some point, share with us the insight, the changes, the transformations that came out of, were born out of those experiences. Down in the comments below, please share your thoughts about this, and I'm very excited to hear your wisdom, your insight. Thank you, my friends.